Good evening, everybody. Welcome in. Hopefully, you're getting comfy. Give me a one if you can hear this. I'm just trying to test out the new mic. Good evening, Star Hunter, Swish. Throw me a one if you can hear this. We got Swish and Star Hunter checking in first. Shooter, what up? Welcome, Nutty Buddy. We got a one. Slick Click coming in with the stool softener. Monica, we got a one. Shout out everybody. I got the door open here in Tucson with the rain. We're about to do another show on the other stream too, so we're gonna be having both streams going. So we'll be getting started here. Slick Click, always with the clever lines, keeping it funny. Nutty Buddy, I love that name. Everybody has awesome names. I love seeing all these awesome names. So thanks again for everybody joining. All the help from the mod, Star Hunter, Fireflies usually in there. Jeff, Christina, Brianna, all of them, all the usual suspects. All right, I got to go check on this other stream we're going to be doing. I'm going to be start doing some live news shows during the week. So that should be a different little setup going over the daily live news. I'll be bringing Slick Click in for the comedy. He'll get a 5-minute comedy. What up, Eric from Amsterdam? Yeah, Eric. Hope you're doing well tonight. So looks like we're about 8 minutes. Shooter. Thanks. I made this account when I was in 8th grade. Oh, see, that's yeah. I think my other YouTube, I think it's about 15 or 20 years old. Ooh, here we go. Slick Click with the bail money. Slick Click with the bail money. Thank you, thank you. All right, I gotta check on this other stream. I will be back. Get started here in just a minute. Good evening, Mama Siggy. Yeah, everyone, shout out Nick's son. Definitely prayers. He recovers. Obviously, that sounds traumatic, Nick. So I'm sorry your family and him and his friend had to go through that. That's scary. It'll definitely probably wake everyone up just to drive more careful. But yeah, glad everyone was not seriously injured. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. What is happening? Doing well. How's it going over there? Oh, what's the hurry? You're just trying to hit the 7 p.m. mark? Yeah, I'm down at the bottom. I came actually, I don't know. I see you down here at the bottom underneath the. Maybe log in and then log out. I don't know. No, when you log out, it'll just save it as a like that you're live. You can just enter the studio. So like if you accidentally close down your whole browser and you log back into StreamYard, the studio will still be there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean if you're not seeing it, I don't know why else I wouldn't be down there.
So Your Honor, jail here.
Yes.
Romo Jesus refused.
Now, why would he do that? I'm a nice person.
He was probably scared it was another judge.
Yeah, he probably thinks I'm somebody else, but so I need to set him up till the morning.
If that's what you want to, you can, or if you want to continue without him, that's whatever. It's up to you, Your Honor.
Is this the first refusal?
Yeah, it is. The judge. It's a Tucson City misdemeanor case. He has a a probation violation out of Tucson. No, I'll be here in the morning, so I can see if he's willing to participate tomorrow. What do I write on the paper? Just, I would prefer not to destroy this piece of paper. Yeah. All right, that's fine. So, and the jail's there. Let me just ask this question. I don't know if you know, do you know how many cases Mr. Caruso has, or Caruso? Carrizo?
Sorry, Sosa?
It's Carrizosa.
I have no idea how many he has. Would you know
Because he
that?
only has one warrant in his file, but if you don't know, that's okay, then if you guys call us later, we'll see him again tomorrow.
It's one warrant with 2 charges, Your Honor.
Okay, so yeah, all right, because he was listed here twice.
But right now he's still in the housing unit. I don't have officers able to bring him down at the moment. He's on override at the moment.
All right, that's fine. If we need to see him tomorrow too, we can do that. So who do you have?
Okay.
Who does the public defender have with you then?
So, Your Honor, this is Mr. Jason Russell.
Number 2.
Yes.
Okay, he's here today because he has a warrant out of Superior Court for criminal damage with a $15,000 bond. And that warrant was issued 2 days ago. So does the state have a position on this matter?
Pardon, Judge, this is the Carrizosa matter?
No, this is Jason.
Apologies, Judge.
That's okay. They're changing the order around a little on us. We'll see who we see.
And Judge, if I may just have 1 minute.
That's fine.
So it's a failing to appear on the arraignment, Peter, and the warrant lists a $15,000.
Okay, yes, thank you, Mr. Patak. Your Honor, the state's recommending a $15,000 bond amount as requested by the warrant.
Okay. All right, attorney for the defendant.
Judge, looks like Mr. Russell already has a probation hold, so he's not, no matter what we do, he's not going anywhere. So, given that I'm seeing that the criminal damage amount alleged is $2,000 to $10,000, I'm asking for a $5,000.
I see he does have a probation violation hold, so he's not going to be released. All right, what I'm going to do is set him for an arraignment on July the 10th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him. I'm going to set the bond at $5,000 cash secured, pretrial if posted. I will show that he has a probation violation hold. Standard release conditions will apply if he posts bond and is released out of probation, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. Good luck to you, sir. So your next court date on this matter would be a week from today for an arraignment.
Your Honor?
Yes.
I believe the court will now handle misdemeanors. May I be briefly excused? I'll be right. Thank you.
So what'd you do with that one? Did you?
Just continue to AM.
Okay,
It's, yeah,
all right. So then I'll write it again in the morning.
yes.
Yeah.
Year.
Hello, David.
Maybe the next time what we could do is do a new sheet
Yeah.
and then old one.
If you, I can give you a copy of it.
Yeah, because it'll make it easier for me in the morning. But you don't have that.
So
Gary,
Well, I just want to write the same thing over, so when I come in the morning, I'll just.
Paul, Abraham.
It's okay, it's fine. That's what we'll do the next time. We'll make a copy and then
Oh.
and then I'll just take that one. Then I can stick it in there. Because she wants that bond. I don't want that to get away.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put the sticky on it. I'm gonna. So you'll be okay.
Bill.
She'll be issuing a bond for me.
Then it's lit up. So here, sit down on the bench and chat.
Hi, sir. Can I have your name, please?
David Alexander Doe.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have 3 warrants out of Justice Court, a warrant out of Marana, and then a warrant out of the city of Tucson. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes,
Okay. First, on your city of Tucson case, I'm going to set a $750 bond. That's what Judge Maldonado is requesting. And I am going to give you a new court date on that matter of a video review on July 11th at 1:45 PM. If you get released on all your cases, your new court date will be August the 11th at 9 AM. I'm going to impose standard release conditions in your case, and I am appointing a Tucson City Public Defender to represent you. Okay,
all right.
let's go on to your. Then on your Marana case, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on August the 6th in Marana. So in Marana, you're being released.
Okay.
And then let's go on to your 3 cases from Justice Court. On each 3 of your Justice Court, I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. I am giving you a new court date on Monday, July the 7th, which is 4 days from now, at 1 PM with Judge Foreman. And in each of your Tucson or your Pima County cases, I am going to set the bond at $100. So you're going to have an attorney on all 3 cases. Your next court date is going to be Monday afternoon. And
Okay.
you'll have the same attorney on all cases.
Sounds good.
Okay, so good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You have a good day.
You too.
Justin Stiltman. Go around over top.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Justin Michael Stiltman.
All right, let me grab your case. I'm Judge Hazel. We'll talk about your case today, okay?
All right. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm here. I could be better. Hanging in there though.
Yeah, well, it's want to make sure I get the right case. Looks like you have a warrant out of the city of Tucson for possession of drug paraphernalia.
This I'm confused as to that charge at all because I've never been stopped, and I mean, to my recollection, at all.
Well, you do have a charge and you have to show up in court, but I am going to release you and give you a new court date.
Okay, I appreciate that. I understand that.
So let me get that date for you. It's going to be August the 6th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon with Judge Crenshaw. Okay.
And that's a
Tucson
City-
Court, Tucson City Court. Yeah, you're going to get a copy of this paperwork. And then you also have a new charge out of Justice Court. On that matter, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date at 8:30 in the morning on July the 14th in Justice Court and here in downtown Tucson. So on all of your cases, you're being released, but you need to show up in court. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. And what was the one on the 18th for?
A paraphernalia charge that you got arrested for today.
Oh, okay. Understood.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Urena?
That would be number 5, right? Hi, can I have your name, please?
Ramon Ignacio Llerena.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today from 2 warrants out of Justice Court and then a warrant out of City Court. Do you understand why, Tucson City Court? Do you understand why you're with me today?
Yeah, I was told I was only here for one warrant.
You have 3 of them.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to be dealing with.
Okay.
On your Tucson City Court warrant, I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you. I'm going to set your bond at $100, cash secured. And if you post the bonds and are released, your new court date will be August the 11th. I'm going to impose standard release conditions, and I am appointing a Tucson City public defender to represent you. So your next court date on Tucson is August the 11th. Your bond is $100. Let's move on to your 2 Justice Court warrants. I have the right person, right? Yeah. On each of your Tucson warrants, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you, Amanda Bynum. I'm going to give you a new court date of Monday, Judge Foreman, and your bond on each of those cases will be $100. So your total bond is $300, I'm sorry. And your next court dates are the 11th and the 7th. The 7th is Monday. Today is Thursday.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
So I'm not gonna get released today. That's what you're trying to say.
I'm saying if you don't post the $300 bond, you will not be released. That's correct.
All right.
All right, good luck to you.
Lucas.
Okay, now why didn't we see, figure it out. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Lucas Lopez.
Okay. Hi, I'm
Get
Judge.
down.
Hello.
You're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest for a DUI out of the city of Tucson. And the judge issued a warrant for you because you didn't comply with the orders to do your classes. Do you understand why you're here?
No, that wasn't why I came in.
Okay, well, that's what you're charged. That's the warrant from Tucson.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is appoint a lawyer to represent you and set your bond at $250. I'm going to give you a new court date of July 11th at 1:45. If you post the $250 bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court on July 11th. If you don't post the bond, you will remain in custody. You will have a lawyer and you will go to court on July 11th. Do you have any questions for me?
No.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Miranda, Kayla.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Kayla Miranda.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on new charges of disorderly conduct and criminal damage. Do you understand why you're here? I'm going to release you and give you a new court date. That new court date is going to be August the 5th at 1:30 in the afternoon with Judge Millian in Tucson City Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't go to victim locations, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms, no weapons. So you are being released. Do you understand that?
Yes, my kids and my car is at the house.
Well, you'd have to go with the police to get those. Is the person, the other person involved, is that a parent of those children?
Yes,
Okay, well, that's what happens when you get arrested. It gets to be a difficult situation. But you can't go back there until your next court date.
but am I able to pick up my kids with the officer and my car?
If he is the father, I can't tell you who gets the kids. I can't tell you that. I don't make determinations like that. If he wants to keep them, that's the way it goes.
My son is autistic and he has therapy. His dad doesn't know any of his schedule or anything.
Then maybe he'll agree to let you take them. I have to impose these release conditions. It was required by law. Okay? And you have to abide by them because I'll be here all weekend. If you come back tomorrow, then for the same thing, then it'll be more difficult for you. So you don't want to violate those release conditions. Okay? All right. Good luck to you.
Jared Reyes.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jared Reyes.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. We're here today because you're charged with disorderly conduct, domestic violence. Do you understand why you're here?
Yes.
I'm going to release you with standard release conditions. And I'll give you a new court date of August the 5th at 1:30 p.m. in Tucson City Court. Those conditions include no contact with any victims, no alcohol, no drugs, don't drive without a license, don't commit acts of domestic violence. So you are being released and your new court date is August the 5th. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Small should be next.
Here.
Hi, can I have?
Hello,
Hi, can I-
Your Honor.
Hi, what's your name?
Jared Small, Jared Small.
Okay, hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of assault, disorderly conduct, and more disorderly conduct. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date on August the 4th. Standard release conditions will apply, include no alcohol, no drugs, don't commit acts of violence, don't return to the scene of the crime, have no contact with any victims. You may return once with the police to get your property, so you are being released.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Can you come back for 41? David, Eulene's. What's it right here? Lewin? David Lewin? Sit down on that chair. Lewin.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
David Ulen, U-L-E-N.
Okay, hi, I'm Judge Hazel.
Don't talk.
You're here today on charges of disorderly conduct and domestic violence.
Hold on, please.
All right, sure. Sit down, sir. Sir, sit down. You don't need to mess with that. I think they muted him. Sir, can you hear me?
You're good, Your Honor.
Yes. Okay, good. That's fine. Sir, you're here today on charges of disorderly conduct. I'm going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date of August the 7th with Judge Verena in Tucson City Court. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, no alcohol, no drugs, no firearms. I am allowing you to return with police to get any property you have at that location. So you are being released. Good luck to you.
He thinks he can release. It's wonderful. Sit.
We're all set.
You want to go send it back? What did you do? You can see it. I mean, I'm gonna sit right here. You're up for it.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Rita Wallace.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on disorderly conduct, domestic violence charges. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of August the 5th at 1:30 PM in Tucson City Court with Judge Million. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms, no weapons. You are being released. Make sure you make your next court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Smith. Eliza, you sit right in there. Next time, still get weapons. Yeah, no.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Alizea Webb-Smith.
Hi, my name is Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of assault, criminal damage, and disorderly conduct, all domestic violence charges. I'm going to release you. Your new court date is going to be August the 5th at 1:30 PM in Tucson City Court with Judge Million. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. You may return once with police. Standard conditions are no acts of domestic violence, no weapons, no firearms, and no drugs. You are being released. Make sure you make your next court date.
All right. Thank you.
Let's sit it back. Bill Wilson. Here.
Sir, have a seat, please. Mr. Wilson, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of assault and disorderly conduct. I am going to release you. I'm going to give you a new court date on August the 5th with Judge Million in Tucson City Court at 1:30 PM. Standard release conditions will apply, including no alcohol, no drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. Also, you cannot return to the scene of the crime and not have any contact with any victims. However, I am ordering that you may return with a police escort once to get any property you may have. You are being released.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I have a question. Can I call? I was told I could call 911 and go back and get some clothes.
Yes.
I gotta get,
That's what the judge said to do.
can I do that today?
If they're available to do it today, they can, but you have to do it when they're available.
Well, they're available.
Well, it's when it's a non-emergency, so.
You don't want to call 911 to make that request.
Who do I call?
Emergency phone line.
Oh,
The non-emergency.
I don't know what that
You
number
can
is.
look up on the internet, I don't know what the number is, it's top of my head now.
Okay, well, anyway, I got medication there I need every day.
Okay, well, I need you to release it. If you think
Okay.
you comply with it by calling police before you go over there, that's fine. If you don't think you can, then you should probably just stay there then.
Yes, you can apply.
Yeah, okay.
All right, good luck.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Stand up for me. I think that's that.
So what was the next? What happened to Karen Ruben Estrada? Did I never did him? No.
He's further down.
Oh, is he? Okay. Is this Bustamante? Hi, sir. Can I have your name?
Antonio Bustamante.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have new felony charges and you also have several warrants out of the city of Tucson. Does the state wish to be heard on his new felony charges?
Your Honor, the state wants to highlight the nature of the offense where Mr. Bustamante punched his significant other in the face multiple times in the presence of their children before he fled on foot. The victim has sustained injuries, including a swollen right orbital, a bloody nose, and a bloody lip. The children were interviewed, and they told a version of events that was consistent with the victim's telling of events. In effect, that the defendant got upset with her and punched her in the face as a result after he threw a slushie on her. We will note, Judge, that he is pending a DV ag assault, CR 2018-3314, with the same victim. Thank you.
So are you asking he be held non-bondable or are you asking for a bond?
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Bustamante be held without bond.
Okay, thank you. Does the defense have a position?
Yes, Judge. In reviewing the interim complaint, I think it has just 2 counts of child abuse. So, Your Honor, I looked at the statute and I don't see that there was any acts targeted towards the children. I know the language of the statute is sort of broad in that it protects the health of the child. But, Your Honor, yes, it's emotionally intense to witness domestic violence, but since nothing was targeted towards the children, I submit to the court that there is no probable cause for child abuse.
Does the state want to respond?
Judge, the statute for child abuse, if I could just pull it up.
Absolutely.
So, Judge, in particular, and I think that this is actually a very important thing that I actually failed to mention, is that this happened while the victim was driving a car that had her 2 children in the back. The victim actually had to pull over in order to avoid an accident. So it's the fact that the defendant was punching the victim that was driving a car that contained their 2 children. That, Judge, is enough satisfies the probable cause required for the statute of 13-3623. Thank you.
Thank you. I am going to hold him without bond and set this bond for a no bond hearing with counsel on the public defender on July the 8th at 2:30 p.m. Set the matter for a preliminary hearing at 1:30 p.m. on the 14th. Standard release conditions will apply when released, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime with standard conditions. Let's go on to your 4 Tucson city warrants.
Judge, I'm sorry to jump in again, but I don't see that he's on release on anything.
The pretrial said that he was. I read that earlier.
So, Judge, I think he has a. I don't know why I thought he was. Okay. Does he have an open case? Because the last conviction I see, Judge, is from 2018
Oh.
on Mr. Bustamante.
Well, pretrial said he's on release. He has a pending case.
Pretrial on the line? I think they are. Right. Does he have an open felony case? Oh, okay. If I don't know if pretrial, I know Mr. Bratz is on the line.
Judge, I don't think he has an open pending case. I think he finished that in 2022.
Who's speaking, please?
This is Nathan. I'm from pretrial.
Let me go back and look at it again then. I thought it said that he had a case.
And I apologize for that, Judge, 'cause I'm actually seeing that what I'm seeing here on the pretrial services site actually is consistent with that I'm seeing probation was discharged on February 16th of 2022. Apologies for that.
All right, so let's go back. Can you come out of it? I think you're in Mr. Bustamante, are you? It's okay. All right, so what's the state's bond recommendation then?
Judge, the state's recommending a $25,000 bond, considering all the nature of the offense, the ongoing threat to the victim. It is significant, Judge, that his probation was terminated in a DV and aggravated assault case that involved the exact same victim. So he's finished up DV probation just a few years ago, and here we are again with this disturbing case. So thank you, Judge.
All right. Court public defender gets to say.
Thank you, Judge. Given that Mr. Bustamante's last convenal, I know he has some felony history, but if the court's not inclined to release him to the pretrial, we just ask that the court consider setting a close to $5,000. Thank you.
All right, I'll affirm the preliminary hearing date of the 14th. I'm going to set the bond at $7,500 cash secured. If bond is posted, he'll be released through pretrial services with all the conditions that I said earlier. As to his warrants, I'm going to set a total bond out of city of Tucson at $100 and give him a new court date of a video review on July 11th. And if he's out of custody at that time, then that will be at 2 o'clock. And of course, I'm pointing the Tucson City Public Defender. If he's out of custody, the date will be August 11th at, I'm sorry, the video review court date time is 1:45. The other one is 2 o'clock. All right, good luck to you, sir. Your total bond is $7,600.
Thank you.
Just record.
All right, I've got out of it, but the system crashed, so we just need to wait for it to respond.
Yeah. We'll pulse it up. Your Honor, we're waiting on Curtis to get sent down, so we're going to go ahead and move the felonies if that's okay with you.
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Jose Estrada, Luis Garcia, come on, four times. Michael Queen, building, bigger than yes. The third, Arthur Stokes. Alexander Thomas. Great. Joshua, so I got Anthony, Seth, Ruben, Luis, you good here? Let's see if you can speak. Michael Clean, David Martinez, and I'll listen to that. Yeah, that's good. I'm saying that I'm still going. Okay, so. Joshua and Tone, you're up first. Let him walk around this way.
Hi, sir. Can I have your name, please?
Joshua Anta.
Yeah, you're here today because you have drug charges, new drug charges, and then you also have 4 warrants out of Tucson City Court. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Sorry, Judge, what was the last name of the matter?
Antone?
Yes, Judge, the state's recommending a $1,500 bond. We will note that he appears to have 3 outstanding warrants issued by TPD. The nature of the offense is he was searched, after he was contacted, referenced these warrants, and they found a small amount of methamphetamine on his in his pocket. Thank you.
Okay. Attorney for the state, defendant?
Judge, we are requesting the court to release Mr. Antone to pretrial services supervision. His last conviction is from 2010, and he's not had any felony convictions. I do understand that he has some warrants out of city court, but we asked the court to, I don't know if the state is offering the STEPS program, but if it is, then we ask that the court set a STEPS hearing in addition to the preliminary hearing. Thank you.
Not in the pretrial's recommendation.
Okay.
What is the state's position on steps in this matter?
So, Judge, I didn't see that Mr. Antone was STEPS eligible. Let me just quickly confirm with, yes, Judge, I'm not seeing any eligibility in this case.
Okay, thank you. What I'm going to do is set a bond in the amount of $1,000 cash secured, pretrial posted with standard release conditions. Pretrial or preliminary hearing on July 14th at 1:30 p.m. Appoint the office of the legal defender in this matter. All right, let's go on to his multiple warrants out of the city of Tucson. That's one of the reasons I'm not releasing him. He has multiple warrants out of the city of Tucson. In that matter, I'm going to set the bond at $100. Set the matter for a video review on July 11th at 1:45 p.m. If he does get released, his new court date will be July 31st at 2 p.m. And those are with Judge Maldonado. Standard release conditions will apply. And I am appointing the office of the Tucson Public Defender to represent him. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, then. Yeah. 1100 spot.
Anthony. Thanks, you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Anthony Mateo Tenfield.
Judge Hazel, I'm here to set release conditions on your Tucson City case as well as your new possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of dangerous drugs charge. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
But I apologize. The last name of the matter?
Anthony Mateo. Anthony Mateo Tenfield, sir.
ATENCIO.
Yeah, middle name Mateo.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you, Judge. The state's recommending a $1,000 bond amount. We will note that Mr. Atencio is steps eligible. It looks like he was found. I think there might be a slight miswriting or mislabeling in the report. Not mislabeling, a misprint. It's likely that it's 0.82 grams and 4.9 grams. Otherwise, it's a extremely large amount of methamphetamine if it was ounces. So the state's recommending a $1,000 bond amount. Thank you.
And there's pre-trials indicating he's stepped eligible. What is your position on that?
Yes, Judge. We do note that he's steps eligible. We're willing to offer Mr. Atencio the program.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge, thank you. We are asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Atencio to pretrial services supervision. He's only 2 on the FBS scale. He may be 4 on the NCA scale, but his last conviction is from 2016, which is a while ago. Your Honor, he will benefit from the out of custody steps program if you were to release him today. And we are willing to waive time if the court is inclined to release him. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to release them through their services of pretrial services, give them a new court date of a steps hearing on July 10th at 9 a.m. Preliminary hearing on August the 18th at 1:30 p.m. Sir, you're given an opportunity to complete the diversion program. If you complete that, your charges will be dismissed. Let's go on to your Tucson City Court cases now. On your Tucson City Court case of trespassing, I am releasing you. I'm going to give you a new court date of August the 4th with Judge Hale at 9 a.m. in Tucson City Court. So you must appear in Tucson City at that time, but you're being released on all charges.
Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you.
Yes, Your Honor.
Costco closes at 8:30. At least now the gas station's open till 9.
Can I have your name, please?
Roxana Bertero.
Counsel for the defendant, I did not hear that. Could you repeat that for me, please?
One more.
Roxana Beltran.
Your Honor, it's Roxana Beltran Contreras.
Okay, she's here on charges of unlawful means of a transportation. It appears she does have a ICE hold. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
Judge, I wanted to clarify whether we're here for 2 cases, for a warrant case or for the unlawful means of transportation case only.
Well, she has a warrant too out of Superior Court, so we'll deal with the Justice Court case first.
Okay. Judge, the state's recommending a $2,000 bond. The allegations in this case are the victim actually found his stolen car. And there's surveillance footage that reflects that the defendant was driving the car to that location. When she was confronted, she was running away and hiding inside the mall. Thank you.
All right, attorney for the defendant.
Thank you, Judge. So Roxanne is actually my client. She is assigned to me at the public defender's office. So Your Honor, looks like I read the probable cause statement, but there's not much explaining how she had knowledge that the vehicle was stolen. It's knowingly is the standard. So 13-1803A1. It does say that she knowingly took the vehicle with the keys from Mr. Swift, but I mean it doesn't give more facts about how she accomplished that. Um, Your Honor, given the immigration hold, we will be asking for a bond today. State's ask is reasonable, $2,000, but we are requesting a $1,000 bond instead. And as to the Superior Court warrant judge, it's post arraignment, so I think Judge Johnson would want to see her separately on that in Superior Court, is my understanding.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set the bond at $2,000, set this matter for a preliminary hearing on the 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. With standard release conditions. And appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent her on that matter. I don't. Where is she on this list? Her other, do you know what her warrant amount is on her other case? You said you represent her.
I think Judge Johnson did not put a bond amount on that, but that is post arraignment, so I think Superior Court will see her separately. That is my understanding.
Okay.
Because everything up to arraignment, I think Your Honor sees everyone, but post arraignment, I think they want to see that.
All right. Well, thank you then. Good luck to you, ma'am. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jose Celis.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have an indictment against you for multiple counts of organized retail theft. And a $15,000 bond was set in your case. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
Judge, the state's recommending the $15,000 bond requested in the warrant.
Attorney for the defendant.
Thank you, Judge. We are asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Celis Perez, who pretrial services supervision. He looks like he was never arrested on this warrant previously. I don't know if a summons was mailed to him. I believe it was not. And it's a grand jury warrant, Judge, so I believe there were no summons. He has absolutely no felony history. The pretrial services report does not document any misdemeanor history either. So for those reasons, Judge, we are asking you to consider releasing Mr. Celis Perez.
Thank you. I'm going to affirm the $15,000 bond out of Superior Court. If he posted, he'll be released through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. The court has previously appointed Henry Jacobs to be his lawyer. And his new court date is July the 10th at 1:30 in the Superior Court for arraignment. So your next court date is July the 10th. I'm sorry. And your bond is set at the amount of $15,000. If you do post it, you'll be released through pretrial services. Good luck to you, sir. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Ruben Estrada.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have new charges of aggravated harassment. Does the state have a position on this matter? The allegation is he committed this offense on bond and while pretrial release.
Yes, Judge, the state is requesting that Mr. Estrada be held without bond um, and set a no bond hearing. We will note that Mr. Estrada was actually on release for a very serious domestic violence case. And the allegations in this case are that he's directing Instagram posts to the victim that are in direct violation of his conditions of release.
All right, thank you. Does the defense have a position?
Yes, Judge, and I know Mr. Raptis just mentioned about directing those messages at the victim, but reading the interim complaint, Judge, it seemed like he was posting them on his own social media page with the hopes that the victim would see it, but he didn't quite target it at the victim. So I think the probable cause is slim on this one. I don't know what Your Honor thinks, but if Your Honor finds probable cause, then we just ask for a no bond hearing since he is in case.
I am going to find probable cause. I'm going to set the matter for no bond hearing on July the 8th at 2:30. Preliminary hearing on July the 14th. Standard release conditions will apply. With no contact with any victim, don't return to any scene of the crime. It appears that Daniel South has previously been appointed counsel in this matter. Good luck to you, sir. Your next court date will be next week. This is another one where there's two of them in the city or justice.
Ruben Estrada. Because it's a new interim complaint, and because I thought I saw a justice for FW warrant. No.
I think that was a mistake.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the FW warrant from Justice Court for aggravated harassment, Judge. The offense date on that is June the 26th.
Well, that one, if it's a different case than the.
Yes, Judge, because I believe it is a different one because it's a different offense date. The
No,
interim complaint
It's wrong because it says in here it's a justice court, but it's wanting a superior court arraignment date.
Oh, okay. Huh. Did you run it?
Yeah, so it is just for the morning.
It is
For us.
with an offense date of 6/26/2025, so it's a separate warrant.
Yes. So does each one be released on one?
Oh,
Because it's a new thing as well, but it's only got. Price.
oh, okay. So oh,
We're good then.
oh, sorry. I think we're good.
Because you have the interim, the new.
Okay, because the warrant, he's already on bond on a $50,000 bond. Yeah. I don't know if the warrant and the release fees.
The one's
Okay.
not long,
Okay.
but it's a recommended.
All right. Well, Judge, he's being held no bond anyway, so if anything changes, he'll come back tomorrow and he has the 5 days. So I think, yeah. Thank you, Judge.
And I'll be here.
Okay.
Sir, can I have your name, please?
Luis Garcia. There.
Judge Hazel, you're here today on charges of possession, use and sale of dangerous drugs. And you have some charges out of city court as well. And some warrants out of city court. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Your Honor, is this the Luis Garcia case?
Yes, that's Luis Garcia you have next year. Is that right, counsel?
Yes, Judge, it is Luis Garcia.
Yes.
Your Honor, the state's recommending a $500 bond amount. We will note that it appears that Mr. Garcia is STEPS eligible, and we will offer him the program. It appears that he was arrested on a shoplifting call, and it seems like he had a small amount of methamphetamine in his pocket. Thank you.
And he also has a probation hold, it says. Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, given that he has a probation hold, we'll just ask the court to set a $200 bond and then give him a STEPS court date, but give him the standard 10-day preliminary hearing.
All right, I am going to set this matter for a STEPS hearing on July 7th, a preliminary hearing on July 14th, set bond at $250. He does have a probation hold. Standard release conditions will apply. And if he is released for some reason, he'll be released through pretrial services. All right, let's go on to his charges out of city court. He has shoplifting and trespassing court charges out of city court. I'm going to release him on the city charges and appoint a lawyer to represent him. I'm going to set it for a non-transport review on September the 5th at 9 a.m. with standard release conditions. So good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I didn't give you the other file. I wanted souvenirs. Hi, can I have your name, please?
Michael McQueen.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on several things. You have a warrant out of Superior Court on a charge of paraphernalia and dangerous drugs. You failed to appear. The Superior Court set your bond in the amount of $500. Then you have a warrant out of Maricopa County. And then looks like you have a new trespassing charge out of. State have a position on these two warrants?
Your Honor, the state's recommending a bond amount of $3,000, considering his two, Mr. McQueen's two pending drug cases out of Maricopa County and Pima County.
Attorney for the defendant?
Judge, can I have a brief moment, please?
Sure. I want to tell you, though, that my recollection of reading these, the bond on each of them was $500. So I don't think legally I can raise them. I mean, possibly I could, but my intention is to follow the bond amounts. But certainly you can talk to them.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Your Honor,
I'm listening to you.
okay. Your Honor, Mr. McQueen is asking for one more chance to be released and report to both Pima County Superior Court and the Maricopa County Superior Court. He tells me he does have the ability to get back to Phoenix to take care of the warrant, and he will also attend his arraignment in Superior Court here. Given that these are low-level charges, Judge, we are asking for one more chance. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to affirm the prior bond amounts. First, I'll set this one, the Pima County case for July the 10th, appoint counsel. Set the bond at $500. Let's go on to his Maricopa County case. I'm going to also set the bond at $500, give it a review date of August the 4th. In that matter as well. Two charges out of trespassing charges out of Pima County as well. Because he's going to be in custody anyway, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent him and set him for Monday with counsel. Understand release conditions and set a bond of $100 so he doesn't get lost in the system. So your total bond is the amount of $1,100. If it's posted, you will be released, but you need to make all your future court hearings. So good luck to you, sir.
And Judge, the trespassing was in Justice Court?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I set it for Monday and appointed him a lawyer and a dentist.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Yes.
Hi, sir. Can I have your name?
Javier Martinez Victor.
Okay, you're here today because you have a warrant for your arrest out of Superior Court. You failed to appear on a charge of theft of a means of transportation and burglary. When you failed to appear, Judge Hansom set your bond in the amount of $10,000. Does the state have a recommendation in this matter?
Judge, the state's recommending the $10,000 bond requested by the warrant. Thank you.
Attorney for the defendant.
Judge, we are asking the court to consider releasing Mr. Rodriguez Martinez. The court should note that the case was initially dismissed and then refiled. The other thing I wanted to mention was if the court's not inclined to release him is we're asking for a little bit of a discount on the bond amount. Given the nature of the charge, it's a property offense. We ask the court to consider $2,000 if you're not inclined to release. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to reduce the bond to $5,000 and give him an arraignment on July the 10th at 1:30 in the afternoon in Superior Court. Appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent him and impose standard release conditions, including no contact with any victims and don't return to the scene of the crime. Good luck to you, sir.
Judge, can I just add something about Mr. Rodriguez that I may have missed?
Yeah,
So he reports to me that he showed up to the border to take care of this case because he says he knew about the warrant and he turned himself in. So I explained to him that release conditions have been set, but he nonetheless wants me to ask the court to reconsider and release him to pretrial. I don't know if the court will entertain that. That's the court chance.
no, I'm gonna affirm the amount that I set.
Thank you, Judge.
You only have one case left, right? The one that they haven't brought. I know you want to leave, so I was trying to look through them and see. Sorry, you're stuck here with me. Not really. Would be interesting, we pulled the power on his computer again and see how he deals with that. That's what would be interesting. You weren't here earlier when his computer didn't work. Yeah, there was no power to it. Nobody could figure out why.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Alexander Thomas.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on aggravated felony DUI charges. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Does the state have a recommendation?
Judge, considering the fact that Mr. Thomas seems to lack significant community ties, it appears he's lived in California for the last, I believe it was 10 years per his interview. And he does have a prior DUI from Los Angeles from 2014. In this case, he was seen drinking, he's actively drinking while he's driving, speeding, being slow, following way too closely to other cars, slow to react to the officers' lights and sirens. And so for all those reasons, Judge, the state believes the $8,000 bond amount is appropriate. Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Thank you, Judge. We understand the state's concerns about lacking significant community ties, but Mr. Thomas is able to make arrangements to stay in contact with his defense attorney and attend court. The previous DUI conviction, Your Honor, is over 10 years old. It's from 2014. And Mr. Thomas does not seem to have any other criminal history besides that one DUI conviction from LA, which seems to be a misdemeanor. So given all those factors, Judge, we are asking you to consider releasing Mr. Thomas. If you're not inclined to do that, we ask that the bond be close to $1,000. Thank you.
Thank you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,500 cash secured pretrial posted. Standard release conditions will apply, including the condition no alcohol, no drugs, don't drive without a valid license. Set this matter for a preliminary hearing on July the 14th at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court here in downtown Tucson. Sir, if you post that bond, you will be supervised by pretrial services and you must appear at all future hearings. Good luck to you, sir.
And Judge, is there any way the court will consider permission to travel out of state or not today?
I would wait until he has his next court date. I think it'd be better if he stayed here.
Interesting.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Angela Young.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on new charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Judge, the state's recommending a $500 bond amount. We will note that Ms. Young is steps eligible and we will offer her the program. We just request that she not return to the incident location. And yeah, that's the state's recommendation. Thank you.
Attorney for the defendant?
Your Honor, since Ms. Young has her last conviction from 2015, I don't see any other criminal history in addition to that. Although, I mean, on the misdemeanors, I don't see any misdemeanor history either. So, Judge, we are asking for the steps court date as well as release to pretrial services. If the court will release her, we are willing to waive to get us to a 45-day frame.
Thank you. I'm going to release her through pretrial services, set this matter for a steps hearing on July the 10th at 9 a.m. Ma'am, you have an opportunity to earn a dismissal by completing that program. I'm going to set it for a preliminary hearing with time waived on August the 18th at 1:30 p.m. Standard release conditions will apply, including don't return to any incident locations. And I am going to appoint the Office of the Public Defender to represent the defendant in this. All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'm told this is Mr. Carrizosa that we skipped initially. So, what number again?
He's here today on a warrant out of Superior Court. He has a $1,000 bond on a charge of shoplifting and organized retail theft. Is the state, I wish to affirm the bond amount out of Superior Court?
Yes, Judge.
Attorney for the defendant.
Yes, Judge. Given that Mr. Carrizosa seems to have a federal detainer anyway, we are asking the court to set a nominal bond so he starts getting it.
I'm going to set the bond at $1,000, give him a new court date of arraignment on July 10th, and City Court or Superior Court appoint an attorney to represent him. Standard release conditions. If he is released, it would be through pretrial services and no contact with any victims. Good luck to you, sir. I'll ask them next about this. You hanging in over there?
Grace, I got one more.
Is Mr. Head off there somewhere?
Yes, right here.
Yes, right here.
Good deal. You're here on several things. You have new charges of domestic violence assault, failure to comply with the court order, and then you have warrants for your arrest for as well. And you also have Tucson City warrants. On your justice court warrants, I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm going to set a bond in the amount of $100 on each case and give you a new court date of Monday with standard release conditions. Then let's talk about your Tucson City warrants now. Just give me one moment. I need to type something. All right, you have 2 warrants out of Tucson City Court. You failed to appear on charges of disorderly conduct and assault DV. What I'm going to do on those Tucson warrants, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $100. I'm going to set this matter for a video review on July 11th at 1:45 PM in Mental Health Court with Judge Blue. That will be the same date if you are released from custody. And both of those will be at 1:45 PM. All right, good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, I think that's it here at the jail.
Yeah, I think it is. We have some in Ajo.
There she is.
Really?
Yeah, it's a felony, so I can stick.
The person in Ajo, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with criminal trespassing, a felony. Does the state have a position on this matter?
Judge, the last name of the matter is
Soto, S-O-T-O, Margarita.
Thank you, Judge. The state's recommending a $500 bond amount, as well as conditions requiring that the defendant not return to the incident location.
All right, thank you. Attorney for the defendant.
Thank you, Judge. I don't have an interim complaint on this matter. I'm sure the court does. Does the state have one?
Well, that's a good
Yes.
question. Yeah, it's not in the
yes.
file. Does the state have it?
I do, Judge. I do. I apologize. I'll send that out right now.
My intention is to release her. And where'd she go? Oh, she's on the video down below. I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
I get it, Judge.
And I'm not as young as you guys. My intention is to release her and give her a new court date of the 23rd at 4 PM and for a preliminary hearing in Ajo. What's the defense position?
That sounds great, Judge. I'm assuming there is probable cause. So
yes,
obviously, okay. So
she was in a place she wasn't supposed to be, allegedly.
sounds good to me. And Ms. Soto, what that means is the judge is releasing you, and since I'm not there to advise you, I'm at the other jail. So make sure you contact the public defender's office before the court date to find out what you need to do next. The number will be on the paperwork the jail will give you.
Okay.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Judge.
See you all tomorrow if you're here.
I'll be here.
All right. All right, well, that means it'll go faster tomorrow. Right?
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a relaxing night. Catch you on the next one. Shout out to Ann. Slick Click. Good night, Mama. Good night, Tammy. Almost bedtime, Bob. Dan Mary's in the house. Good night, Rich E. Patty, good night. Good night, Rats Cats. Hope you guys have a good night.